Should you play Hollow Knight Silksong?
Yes.
Alright, that's the video. Let's go home.
Video done.
How did you feel walking into this game, playing it, experiencing it, and how did that compare when you first started playing Hollow Knight, the first one?
I would say when I first played Hollow Knight, I was definitely like trying to figure everything out, trying to learn the game. But I felt like when I played Hollow Knight Silksong, I still had a lot to learn, but it still felt familiar, right? It still felt like I wasn't just going in like, what do I do? Where do I go? You know, that kind of thing. Didn't feel like a game journalist, if you know what I mean, kind of situations. I felt...
What is Silksong? Describe the game for me.
So Silksong, just like the first game of Hollow Knight, is a Metroidvania, Dark Souls aspects, story-driven game where you are playing a character Hornet, which you did meet in the previous game. She was first like enemy turned like ally to help you in the first one, and now this follows her, like her, what's going on and everything like that. And apparently from the first game she got captured by these veiled bugs and brought to a new land called Farloom. And now she's on this journey to figure out why she was captured and brought here, because she was kind of released and now is just here in this unknown land. And also what's cool about it is not only is she, but you as well are. It's like you also kind of feel like you're experiencing this whole new world from both eyes. And it's really cool in that regards as well.
So what were your first impressions with Silksong?
Oh, first impressions, I was just super excited. Like, as soon as I literally got Hollow Knight completed, I'm like, time to play Hollow Knight Silksong. First impressions, though, just the animation quality was super awesome. Just the characters was great. And I love how it's like, it wasn't just Hollow Knight, like copy-pasted, right? Because Hornet is different, how she attacks, how she moves, how she acts. And I think that was just really cool. It's like, I'm not only am I playing Hollow Knight, I am playing through a whole different character, and you can feel that. And all the characters you first meet in the initial area are fun and enjoyable. The exploration is fun. Yes, there's still lots of secrets, but I still find it very fun and enjoyable when you found them. The first boss I fought was the Moss Mother, and I will say for sure that it has that false sense of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do great. Hollow Knight trained me so well. It was fantastic. And then I got to like the next boss, and I realized, oh, this is a little more difficult than before. And I think I also have to add to as well to the second boss you technically would run into, the Bell Beast. Is such a cool concept because not only is it a beast that you actually have to fight, but then it becomes your traveling, like fast travel companion. Like, you know, it takes you from place to place in these bellways and stuff. So it's super cool with just how bosses can sometimes be interactable with just the whole world like that, like how much they do add.
How did you feel walking into this game, playing it, experiencing it, and how did that compare when you first started playing Hollow Knight, the first one?
I would say when I first played Hollow Knight, I was definitely like trying to figure everything out, trying to learn the game. But I felt like when I played Hollow Knight Silksong, I still had a lot to learn, but it still felt familiar, right? It still felt like I wasn't just going in like, what do I do? Where do I go? You know, that kind of thing. Didn't feel like a game journalist, if you know what I mean, kind of situations. I felt...
So what was good? What was the best parts about this game?
Oh gosh, this would be like a long list, but if I had to pick my top few for sure. Just like from the first game, the animation quality is absolutely fantastic. Like, the game is so aesthetically, just the world, the backgrounds, the interactions, the characters are all amazing. And then that's my next thing, is just the characters you interact with, like Sherma, Chakra, Garmund, and Zaza. Like, I can go on. There's so many characters that you will meet, interact with, that actually feel like alive in this world, feel like they're just here, they're progressing, have different emotions and attitudes and how they speak and how they act. It's so much fun. Now, one big personal thing for me that I just love is the music and like the atmosphere going into the game. Like, the music is fantastic. I can literally just listen to it on my phone all day, honestly, with just how good it is. Like, when you get to like the choral chambers, it is so awesome. I loved it so much. And even though the gameplay can be rough, the gameplay is still fun and very exciting. And that'd be like my top few things I would say for sure.
Did it feel rewarding to get through the different parts of the gameplay?
There were times where I felt frustrated, but no matter what, every time I did get through a very challenging part, a huge sense of just like accomplishment, but also like relief came over me, and it made me feel really good, and made me like, okay, time to go on to the next one. Like, so yes, I definitely feel like it's very rewarding. It was rewarding to get all the way, especially to the true ending in Act 3, like pressing on, doing all those missions, fighting those bosses. And even the funny thing is, after I beat the final boss, by all accounts I beat the game, I still wanted to go back, as you saw it kind of thing. I wanted to go back and beat other bosses that I missed, and that game allows you to do that. It's like, it never like you beat the final boss and you can't go back again. Like, no, it saves it at the point right before that, so you can always go back and finish things you left unfinished. And I think that's really cool.
What were some frustration points, and what wasn't so great about Silksong?
So this was always a really hard thing, because I was trying to think how the best way I could describe it, because the game truly is amazing. It is a very fun game, but when they say it is difficult and it is hard, it is. It is a very hard game. The beginning kind of does lead you into a false sense of like how you feel about the game, like security kind of thing, right? Because some of the bosses in the beginning are very simple, don't do too much, and can learn a lot. But as soon as you get to like halfway through the game, you start running into some bosses that just feel like you're just hammering your head against a wall in hopes that you can just beat the boss. Like, pretty much the Savage Beast Fly, both of the iterations you had to fight him, are just the most annoying things ever, and it makes it just not fun. But then one thing that I can definitely agree with is there's what's known as the runbacks. Now, in some certain games, like if you die, you usually spawn outside, right? And then you can challenge it again. There are some, and honestly it's a lot of them, that the runbacks to go get to bosses that are mandatory are so annoying that it's just like they need to fix that a little bit, because that was probably the biggest frustration when it came to fighting bosses, is not fighting them. Sometimes it was just getting to them. In Hollow Knight, almost everything did 1 damage, and when some did 2 damage, you were like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a hard fight, right? And then you really had to lock in for this fight. But then with Hollow Knight Silksong, it's like every single thing feels like it does 2 damage. And I even had myself going, oh, look, of course it would do 2 damage. Of course that would do 2 damage, right? Like, oh, good, of course. Oh, yeah, the boss does 2 damage. When you die so much to bosses, I will admit, eventually the excitement slowly starts to build down. Because now you're just trying to beat this boss you've died like 20 plus times to, right? And by the time you do beat it, it does, like I said, you do have that feeling of satisfaction, but then you also have that sense of like relief of like, finally, it's done. I did it.
I think that brings us to the conclusion. Should you play Hollow Knight Silksong?
I'm going to say yes, but with a little point to it, and that is that, yes, this game truly, for $20, I have to say that again, in a world right now where like $70 games, it can be frustrating and very expensive, a $20 game like Hollow Knight Silksong, being as good as I believe it is worth it in its own price, right? But as far as if I took the price away just for a second and just looked at the game of Hollow Knight Silksong, this game truly has so much love and like feeling like a world really created and thought out, that even though the difficulty can be rage-inducing, truthfully, rage-inducing sometimes, it is so worth it if this is some kind of game you enjoy. Meaning, if you enjoy Metroidvanias, if you enjoy Souls-likes, and enjoy like the whole idea of finding secrets and exploring a world, this game is a 10 out of 10 for you, 100%. And for me, after I beat it, I still want more, right? And now I need Hollow Knight 3 or the DLC when that comes out to come out, because I would be so happy to play it when it comes out. This game is fun and enjoyable, but as long as you persevere and get through those difficult moments, you will feel satisfied at the end. Like and subscribe, please. In the end, we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and all your guys' support from liking to subscribing to leaving awesome comments are very appreciative. We do look at those and we do read those. So thank you guys very much for all the love and support you give us guys all the time. We really do appreciate that. And now with that officially, you guys have a good one. We'll see you in the next video.